All right, we are live. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
We should probably do introductions, I believe.
Oh no. I'm first, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'm first. I'm Peter Parker.
Oh, I guess I'm next. Hi, I'm Natasha Romanoff.
I'm Wanda Maximoff.
I'm Peter Maximoff.
Oh, Mr. Bucky, I think that's you.
Oh, I'm Bucky Barnes.
And I'm Maria Hill.
So I believe we're just doing questions and answers today from the live audience.
Yep. Sounds better than a press conference.
Oh, that's for sure.
Well, it's also better than, like, taking a test.
As long as I'm not answering questions from the people on Capitol Hill, I am happy. That was not enjoyable.
As long as I'm not covering for Stark, I'm happy. Because that's also not enjoyable.
Yeah, that was
As long as
definitely.
I'm not having to drag Stevie out of some situation he got himself in, I'm happy.
Okay, so I see the first question, and it is everyone's favorite films.
Hey. Sorry, I'm watching Clint's dog, and he's a little bit stranger wary.
Oh. Okay, what was the favorite film?
Yeah, favorite film.
I don't know if I'm gonna surprise anyone when I say Star Wars. Like, as a franchise, I don't know. I don't know if we have time for me to sit here and try to, like, dissect which one of them. So I'll just say, like, as a whole, Star Wars, definitely.
I don't really get many hours free to watch films, but occasionally I'll like stroll through the tower and they'll be on. The most recent one I saw was a Star Wars film. I couldn't tell you which one. I saw about 35 seconds as I walked through. So
I like Narnia.
Honestly, I just play video games. I don't really watch a lot of movies. I don't really have a favorite.
I've been given crash courses in a lot of modern films. I don't think I can name a favorite right now. I do remember seeing The Wizard of Oz in theaters, though, and that was a great movie.
I mean, kind of like Leah said, I don't really have that much time to watch films, and a lot of the, classic American films weren't kind of ruined for me a little bit in my training with the Red Room. So I've never been a big fan of films ever since then. I see a question from Katie Goodwin asking, and I think this is for Wanda and Peter, if twin telepathy is a thing, true or false. And I want to just preface this. Their answer, whatever it may be, might not be accurate to all twins, considering, superpowers. So take their answer with a grain of salt. But
Yeah, I feel like we're really close, so I know usually what she's thinking anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like a superpower telepathy, but
And both Peter and Pietro are very straightforward, so It's not hard to guess.
I was kind of hoping you guys would say that you could just be like, can you bring me chips from the kitchen? And then it would, like, work that way, because that'd be real nice. It'd be a really easy form of communication, I think.
Or we could just text each other.
I mean, that too, but, like, isn't it cooler if you can
Modern
just...
problems, Pia. Modern problems require modern solutions.
I just think it'd be neat, you know?
Mug did say, I'm sorry, Wanda, and you should be.
Sorry about what?
That's a good question. Sorry about what? There are a lot of things.
They
There's a lot
given
of-
an answer to a question further
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
The chat is talking about arson, and I just want to say, as somebody who has been involved in arson, not a good idea. Do not try
Not a
this
good
at
idea if
home.
you're gonna
It's,
get caught.
I mean that too, but also like definitely not something to try at home. Leave it to the bad guys.
Professionals.
I will end that by saying don't do arson. It creates a lot of cleanup. Both physical cleaning up the arson and cleaning up the media. Don't do that. Arson is bad.
Don't.
Unless you're lighting a candle, like, which is technically arson, but
No.
How is that technically arson?
you're still setting something on fire.
But arson has to be a criminal intent. So unless you're criminally intending to set that candle on fire, I don't think it's arson. But
So just don't commit arson. Why would you do that?
I see a question from Isadora, which is to all, which food would you eat at any time of the day? I can go first because I currently am snacking, which is really terrible etiquette, but I'm snacking on Sour Patch Kids because they are my favorite. I blame Stark entirely. But they're delicious.
I guess the food I could eat at, I don't know, I kind of eat any food any time of the day. It's super soldier stamina. I am partial to spicy things though.
I feel like you can't go wrong with pizza.
Mhm.
I mean, I just feel like...
You
I know
sound
there's
like
the whole...
Clint.
Sometimes... I just think because I know there's the whole, like, should you have pizza for breakfast debate, and if you do, should it be cold or should you heat it up? Like, that kind of thing. But I just think, personally, it's an okay thing to eat at any time. So, like, I think that's my answer. I think it's a pretty solid answer, honestly.
Yeah. I like breakfast food any time of the day.
I would say, yeah, so cereal is a great snack because, I mean, most people are drink with milk, but you can eat it literally whenever or wherever without milk, and it's fine. So good travel food.
Yeah, you can have it with orange juice.
Not where I was going with that, but to each their own.
Yeah, I just like any snack food, I guess. Twinkies. Twinkies are good, but not all the time. I mean, you need like chips or something. Like Cheetos are good. Those you can eat anytime.
What's a Healy?
She about to have a good suggestion for something you can eat any time of day. The rich.
Yeah.
Is that in TikTok?
Yes.
Go
Yes.
for it. Have fun. Make my life easier, please.
Oh my goodness. This is I love this. NB Productions says, I think their name is Noah, I think I've heard of them before. They said, Peter, thoughts on the idea of adding rollerblades to your suit? And I just have to say, first of all, genius. Although I don't think it would be like super practical, I think that if I could have a version of the suit with rollerblades, that I could then like choose when I think that the rollerblades would be applicable to the situation, that would be amazing. Because just imagine, like, then I wouldn't have to, I could web, you know, but also I could just skate. And I think that's pretty cool. So thank you for that idea. I will be recording that in my ideas notebook of things to add to the suit.
Don't give Stark any ideas.
Yeah, please don't.
I think it's a little late for that, I'm sorry to admit.
No, I feel like that would be a terrible idea for Peter as well.
Oh, it'd be a great idea.
No.
Why would
No.
it be a terrible idea? What could possibly go wrong?
Everything.
Literally everything, plus a little bit more.
I have control, it doesn't matter.
I think we should both add rollerblades, and then we'll show them all
And
how
then we
great it
resign.
will be.
I don't want to be here for that.
The
First of
minute the
all.
two of you have rollerblades on the bottom of your suits is the minute I'm resigning.
I don't want my alternate universe brother to die as well.
I won't die. You know when I like run around like on walls and stuff? Imagine how awesome that would be with rollerblades. It would just be like one of those like what are those dome things called with the like motorcycles that they like,
Wheel of Death?
you know?
I know what you're talking
Like there's like big stadiums that you go to like
Oh, like in The
motorcycle, like,
Simpsons.
yeah, and they go on the walls. That for me.
Oh, the wheels are turning in my head right now. I love this.
I don't.
I don't.
As long as I'm not a part of the cleanup crew on whatever disaster this entails, I'm fine. I've never felt better to be currently retired from S.H.I.E.L.D., so.
I don't want any other Avengers getting involved in this because you know the second Clint hears about this, he's gonna get in on it too.
Oh, no, we can't have that.
I'm currently working out how long it's going to take me to write and hand in my resignation the minute I hear about this actually happening. Because I don't want to have to clean this up.
It seems some people in the chat are concerned, and I just want to say, we've got this. We know what we're doing. We're gonna listen. It's gonna be fine. We're experienced in this kind of thing, and we're gonna take precautions, you know. But it's a fun little experiment.
Somebody remind me to lock Mr. Parker in his room for the next 48 hours. Thank you.
What? I do.
There's enough time for you to lose your attention span and choose something else to focus on.
Just give him a Rubik's Cube.
I don't have one of those right now.
Isadora Jane asked us if we all get sleep as superheroes or whatever it is we classify our jobs as. Sleep is super important. You should not go into anything sleep deprived. That's where accidents happen. So I try to get sleep when I can. I don't necessarily have a consistent sleep schedule depending on what kind of missions I'm on, that kind of thing. But regardless, it's about getting the sleep, even if it's not necessarily consistent.
I will confirm what Nat's saying. As somebody who jumps between 2 job roles of fieldwork and babysitting the Avengers, I don't always get a lot of sleep, so I'm constantly tired. And they know that I can be crappy when I'm tired, so they know to let me sleep. Sleep is really important, guys. Get some sleep.
You can't actually do your job without sleep, so.
I do have to sleep.
Like I mentioned before, super soldier thing, I don't need as much sleep as most people do, fortunately. So I just sleep when I can.
I definitely agree with that sentiment. Sleep when you can, because, you know, I've got this thing going on and then school, so there's not a lot of time for that, but as everyone has said before, it is important, and I acknowledge that, so try your best to sleep.
Yeah. I don't get a lot of good quality sleep, but I'm constantly napping around the tower, so.
Comfy couches.
Naps are better than nothing.
True.
I've got all the time in the world to sleep because whenever they need me, I can just, show up last minute, get stuff done. Back to gaming and sleeping.
Oh, though, Peter. A little bit up, Alex Solver said petitions start calling Gen Z Zoomers, and that reminded me. Are you technically a boomer?
I don't know, am I? What year is that?
It's after
Yep.
the World War II.
Because if so, this opens so many new doors.
You know what? Technically.
I would like to add also, because this the question has come up, I am not a boomer because I fought in World War II. Before anyone gets any ideas about asking me that.
No, are you silent generation or something?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Bucky's not a boomer. He's just a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Sorry, Clint's dog. Like I said, not a fan of strangers. Hey, you're fine.
Puppy is not impressed.
Very much so.
Alright, this is why I keep telling Clint. It's what he gets for getting a hunting dog. Every single noise is a problem to him.
Oh.
You're fine. Alright,
Couldn't leave the dog with Kate.
No, he couldn't apparently. So I'm stuck on dog duty.
I mean, there's worse to be stuck on.
That's true. Still much better than stalk duty.
Or Steve duty.
All of you do too.
Hey, I don't cause problems, I fix them.
I'm not that bad as other members
Hey.
of the team.
Maria, what have I ever
I
done?
resent that.
What
I
have
didn't
ever
call
done?
you by name, kid.
Yeah, but I can feel it directed at me.
See, Wanda, you've only ever
No.
done one thing, and you kind of balanced out, so you're not bad. You can go have a cookie or something. It's just the rest of them.
Oh, thanks, Miss Hill.
You're welcome.
I was thinking of Stark mostly.
He's a lot of fun.
He's better than his father.
He's something.
Something is right.
Geese? Geese?
Why are we talking about geese?
I don't know. There's some geese Discord in the chat, and I don't know why.
I don't think anyone ever does.
Oh, but right above the geese argument, someone has quoted me, but as Spider Baby?
Spiderling.
I don't.
Spider Child.
That's a little better, but still not quite what I'm going for.
A
Spider
child.
teenager.
I mean, if you want to get like really technical, yeah, but do we
Spider young adult.
but do we have to be that specific?
Arachnid boy.
I think a who? No.
Arachnid boy.
What? I think Spider-Man just kind of really just says it all. So I think that's good. I think I'm gonna stick with that one. I appreciate all the ideas, but I think to cover the broadest scope, I think Spider-Man is a good. Personally, I think it's a good idea.
Hey, you're fine. So it turns out Howie just needed to be on the panel, and that was what he wanted. So.
As he deserves.
If Clint can't be here, his dog can be here. That's fine.
You always get one or the other.
I'll position my chair so we have him in the frame. Pack Osborne asked Miss Hale who is the worst type to babysit.
See, now that depends, because you all have your merits and you all have your downsides. As a babysitter, I shouldn't play favorites, but it's Tony.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like, as someone who has been put on babysit stalk duty by Fury, Tony is quite a handful.
It's Tony.
Oh no. Miss Nat, I need you to know that someone in the chat, Lunar Wolf, has said Nat is Spider Mom and Peter is Spider Baby.
For a second, I didn't quite get where they were coming from, but I forgot, yeah, Black Widow, my code name.
Oh man.
I'm gonna jump back to the babysitting question real quick, and I'm gonna flip the question. And my favorite to babysit is Mr. Peter Parker, because he's the only one who doesn't ever cause me any trouble and does what he's asked.
Until the rollerblades get added to his suit, and then it's all gonna change.
No, I will. I'll stop on the rollerblades maybe when I'm asked. If Miss Hill can catch me, that's the catch there.
Fine. I will race you and I will win, because you have to take pity on me because I'm regular.
I mean, yeah, you know what? We'll get you the top of the line rollerblades, and then we can like just go for it.
fine. I will have a rollerblade race with you. No webs allowed.
Okay, deal. It's on.
Deal. Can I change my answer for my favorite emoji?
Yes.
No,
Aw.
I'm joking. It's still the spider child.
That's soft.
Oh. I like the question from Luna Wolf. For the modern people, who is the hardest to bring up to modern tech?
I
So,
can't say I've ever had to try and bring either of them up to modern tech because I'm normally very busy babysitting someone else or, you know, doing my actual job. So I've never really had to try. So I can't answer that one, I'm afraid.
Is this about me and Steve?
I believe so. You two being the only dinosaurs in the Avengers. I would say so. Steve actually put forth an effort to pick up on some of the new like modern things we do, whereas Bones tends to be a little bit stubborn as far as changing his ways. So
Okay, here's the thing. I was exposed to some of modern technology because I obviously was semi-conscious for my time in Hydra. So they had me learn as I needed, and then if it wasn't relevant, I wasn't taught.
yeah, but
I think Mr. Bucky is like maybe yes a little bit harder to teach, but I think more fun honestly because sometimes when I show him things, he just has this look of fascination about it, and that is so fun to watch. So
Yeah, I prefer Bucky because I can. We're both quieter types, so I can just sort of give him the technology and walk away, whereas Steve just asks so many questions.
Peter, I'm very sorry, but the chat seems to believe that I'm going to win the roller skate race.
you know what? I mean, I don't know if you should be sorry about that because honestly, I kind of think you could smoke me in a in a race. So I might be like I have a little bit of faith in myself, but also I might be on their side a little bit with that one. So I don't know if they're entirely wrong there.
I'd take it easy on you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I don't want my ego to be bruised too bad.
We can't let you bruise your ego. Oh, we'd never hit the end of it in tower.
Oh no.
So Lunar Wolf asked to Peter and my Parker and myself if we are afraid of normal spiders. Not particularly. I mean, through a lot of my spider training with both both in my home country and with Shared, toxin training is a big part of it. So I'm not terribly afraid of spiders. I mean, there is a reason that my code name became Black Widow. So.
I feel really weird saying yes, but that I'm afraid of them, but yes. Um, I mean, like, I feel like my experience with them has not been, my track record is not great already. And then I see them and I just don't, something about them. I read somewhere online once that someone's theory as to like why so many people have arachnophobia is because of the legs and specifically how they move their legs. It has something to like some kind of psychology behind it, and I read it and I was like, you know what? You're right. Like it's just personally, I find it a little unsettling. Like, I'd like to think of them as like friends, you know, in a way, but also they're a little scary, yeah.
Zero Queen, sorry, I just saw this one too. Zero Queen asked, what's the place you visit for fun and not business? And I had an answer with that. I would love to go visit Budapest just for fun instead of, you know, other things. And someone did also ask immediately after that what happened at Budapest, and that is classified. So, but I would love to visit Budapest again at some point on travel, not on business.
I would visit Brooklyn.
I'd like to go, there's a road trip you can do around Scotland. I'd like to make that.
I'd like to go to Japan. That's sweet.
I think going to like the Bahamas or somewhere really warm would be fun. That you could swim. I think that'd be nice.
I'm trying to think because I've never really had ever like time to go somewhere apart from like when I'm traveling for work. So I'm gonna be really cheesy and say Spain.
Maria, come with me on my road trip around Scotland.
All right, I'm in.
Natasha, girls trip.
Sounds like fun.
Oh no, it becomes babysitting again immediately.
Hey, I'm not something against babysat.
No, we're taking the people with the brain cells.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm the one that
We
does the
just turn off the
babysitting.
news.
Oh no.
Do I not have brain cells?
No,
The tower. It's not gonna be standing when we get back.
it's fine. We just turn off the news for a couple weeks, and what will happen happens.
We'll just leave Friday in charge. It's okay. She can handle things.
Does anyone like snakes? I do.
I do.
Anyway,
They're pretty cool.
They're
Never
all
had
right.
a snake. A snake. Very
I think they're pretty cool.
I mean, I'm kind of different on snakes. They're great distractions on occasion, so if you need to clear a place out, just, you know, let one loose.
That's fair.
Someone's saying that Budapest is the like all Albania. Apparently, I've been to Albania. It's a nice country, but I don't talk about Budapest not because I don't want to. It's because it's classified. So, you know,
Even if she wanted to, she really couldn't.
Yeah.
There are only a few people who know what happened.
Yeah, I actually have so good memories of Budapest. It was fine. Clint, on the other hand, not so much, but I really can't talk about it though because it's classified. So it was a classified mission. But
There are so few people who know what happened that even I don't know what happened, and I know nearly everything that happens.
yes, it's not even a clearance thing. It's just like compartmentalizing within Shield. Not everybody knows everything. As few people as possible on certain missions know about it. So
All I know is I sent them out. Sorry.
yeah, we got our orders directly with Fury, and he's never gonna talk. So. I was just saying trauma hours now in the chat, so I don't, yeah.
Because the chat are trying to decide whether Mr. Parker is scared of spiders because he was bitten by one.
I thought that was implied.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I meant when I said I don't have a good track record with like,
Yes, it's been established, and when Mr. Parker says he is terribly afraid of spiders, I mean, it's bad.
I'm pretty sure you found me on the ceiling one time because there was one on the floor.
On the floor. It was not doing anything. It was. I picked it up and walked out of the room. But yes, Mr. Parker was on the ceiling and didn't come down for a little while.
I need to make sure it didn't have any friends, you know, like lurking
Had
around.
to check the entire room. It was a lot. To somebody who cannot be afraid of spiders, because fieldwork sometimes means sleeping in a literal field. And
yes.
There are lots of spiders.
Yeah, pro tip, if you're camping in the desert, I mean, they're not spiders, but I feel like in many cases people are more afraid than the spiders. Do not shine a flashlight at night because you'll soon see how many scorpions are sleeping with you, so it's fine though.
Oh, no thank you. I'm good.
Everyone wants to go camping in the Grand Canyon until they find out about the scorpions, but it's fine.
Ooh, yeah, that's rough. I don't like that.
Somebody put in the question favorite Vine, and I'd like to direct this question to Peter Parker.
Oh, that's a good one.
Who has sadly taught me a few of them.
Oh man. Oh, there's so many gems on that app. I am a big fan of I Could Have Dropped My Croissant. I really love Lipstick in My Valentino White Bag. Yeah, there's just there's so many. But yeah, I have shown Miss Hill a good few. I felt like she needed a little.
I do feel like my favorite one that you've ever shown me is the Road Work Ahead. Sure.
Oh.
Because that very much defines my general work life working for Shield.
No, that's fair. That's a classic.
I think there's two that I know. There's the I can't believe you've done this.
Yes.
And the You're My Dad, Boogie Boogie Woogie.
Yes. Very good, Miss Wanda. Very good. Good choices. Oh, that was a good question. That made me really happy.
I saw it and I thought of you, Mr. Parker.
Oh, thank you. I'm honored that like someone sees mine and thinks of me.
For you, that was the definition of the that's saying the if you can't make your own serotonin, store-bought is fine.
I feel like just the fact that you're the only American teenager on the panel is why we went to you for Vines.
I mean, that's fair, but I also like to think that I just, you know, am knowledgeable about Vines. So, like, but no, that's also fair.
If it makes you feel happy, I thought of you because you bombard me with them anytime I get 30 seconds to myself.
That's fair, I do.
Vine is okay. I prefer the clock. The clock place at the moment.
The clock place.
Am I too old to know what that is?
Yeah, it's the one that Shield had under its advisement until they realized that it was easily dismissible, the potential Russian one. But it's not. Trust me, I would know. That's not exactly Russia's ploys.
Somebody asked what my shirt says. It is probably backwards in the camera, but it says Cyclops was right, as we all know, the leader of the X-Men, because he is right about several things. And Steve, if you're watching this, I'm not taking that back.
Would you agree with that, Peter?
Yeah.
I think it's funny. I also saw something a long time ago. I forgot to mention it, but someone was complimenting also other Peter's shirt. So apparently people just have good outfits on today. Like,
I did forget for a moment that we had two Peters on the panel, and I was like, Parker doesn't know about that much about the X-Men. That's kind of shared intel. Trying to keep those separate right now. So I was very confused for a moment. I was like, I don't think Parker is the authority on this.
no, you're fair to assume on that one.
I'm gonna pretend I don't hear it, and then I don't have to deal with it.
Somebody has also asked me, should Peter and Shuri meet? I feel like they probably already have by now.
We haven't actually
Damn.
yet, but we've like chatted briefly, and we want to. It'd be so fun.
That's
They've
an absolute...
already met. Then that it's out of my control.
That's going to be an absolute nightmare.
We would be a delight.
You would be a delight, but also there's going to be so much energy in that one room.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe you can just have Peter go over to Wakanda, and then it's T'Challa's problem.
Yeah, but then somebody still has to babysit Peter.
I'll go.
Oh, perfect. I don't have to do it. Thank you.
I like having, teenager time without having to deal with all the trauma. So it's time for the Teenage Avenger Squad.
Yeah.
Somebody remind me to schedule Peter and Wanda together more often.
Oh, one time.
Bless you.
Okay.
Bless you. Oh no. Lunar Wolf says to all, thoughts on if Stark, Parker, Shuri, and Banner all in one room.
My only thing on that is I feel like if Shuri and Parker had been in the room during the whole Ultron fiasco, it probably would not have happened. So probably better than just Stark and Banner, because Banner's will against peer pressure from Stark is not necessarily the best. So
also, the thing with Banner is, he does have some sensibility, but if you can override that sensibility with science.
Yeah,
very
and
easily.
Also, I mean, very few can withstand full-on peer pressure from Stark. So. But anyways, I'm saying I think Parker and Shuri could have, seen some reason in the situation and realized that creating a AI with unchecked power probably wasn't the best course of action.
I am flattered that you think that.
I'm just saying, if Peter was around then, number one, Stark could have been put in his place because Peter would have picked up the hammer. Number two, there would have been no Ultron. Number three, I wouldn't have had to clean up that entire mess.
Number four, my brother wouldn't have died.
Number four, Wanda's brother would still be here. All things that would have gone better if Stark hadn't have messed everything up.
So once again, we've come back to nobody wants to babysit Stark. So we're all happy that Pepper has finally kind of stepped up and helped out in that department. We would not, yeah.
Pepper's a gem.
She is. I don't know how she handles Stark so many all the time. Her becoming the CEO of Stark Industries was the best thing that Tony's ever done.
We love Miss Potts in this house.
In this tower.
In this tower, we love Miss Potts.
Somebody, oh here it is, Tobias said bless you Wanda, and I'd like to second that because Wanda is a gem, and for the short time that we've had Wanda around the tower, there's been somebody else to talk to who hasn't been constantly on missions. Sorry, Nat. No, it's been nice, and she's super helpful. So we appreciate you so much.
Thank you. Peter taught me what to do in response to things like this.
Yes, good job. You're getting it. It's the hair tuck, you know? It's just, it's good. She's getting the hang of it. Oh, this one's kind of fun. Isadora Jane says, to all, favorite funny moment from a mission or anything like that? I'm sure we've all had our fair share of blunders and mistakes. I hope it's just not me.
Oh, we had. I started working for Shield when I was 18. I was fresh out of high school. I was only a little bit older than you, and I signed up to the military originally, and Shield came along and swiped me up. So I've had a fair share of blunders and mistakes. My favorite one possibly was just before I met Mr. Fury, and he picked me to work higher up in Shield. I was on a field mission, and we were just kind of studying things. We were looking at things, and we walked in the wrong direction for 3.5 hours, and then we had to turn around. But we found a little bar, and we kind of had a drink, so it was fine. It was good fun.
I remember the time that we were on we were dealing with some aliens, and actually I can't go into that one. That's classified. Clint ate something weird. That's all I can say about it.
I don't get to go on missions very often, but from inside the tower though, Peter, do you remember the one time I tried to convince you that if microwaves worked to pop popcorn, then gamma radiation would too?
I do, and I was hoping you wouldn't bring it up, but here we are. Listen, on the surface, it seems like a good idea.
That was a lot of cleanup.
Yeah, butter everywhere.
But in our defense, we didn't officially call Shield to help us.
That's
They
true.
were very good about that.
And you know, sometimes we're teenagers, we make mistakes. But we're making mistakes of having gamma radiated popcorn that is, you know, highly toxic. But at least we're not ending the world, just ourselves.
Right. I feel I have a lot, but I feel like the one that really like hits me hard is one time I was doing stuff just around town, kind of work, like nothing big. It was supposed to not be a big deal, and it wasn't, but it turned into a big deal to me because I got back to where me and May live, and I came in through my window as I do sometimes, and I got into my room, everything was fine, but as I was taking the suit off, I hit my favorite mug sitting on my dresser and broke it. And I am upset about it to this day. So honestly, that's one of my worst mission mistakes, and it happened after the mission, so it just made me so sad.
That is rough, buddy.
It sure is. Thanks for the Avatar reference. I'm glad you retained that.
I'm trying to think of a moment that's not, you know, classified / essential to mission intel that I can, you know, share. And ones that Clint won't get absolutely upset that I've told. Let's see. I was okay. So back when I was doing training, we had a training exercise we were doing, and Clint and I were on Firewatch guard, so we had to go through, do Firewatch. It was like the middle of the night. Typically, we're pretty good at this kind of thing, and it was just, part of field exercises, so nothing really mission critical. But there was this watchtower that we had that we could, part of our rounds, and we went there and we're sitting there at the watchtower, and we both fell asleep. Luckily, we woke up not long before the person in charge of the operation was coming towards the tower, so we managed to wake up and just acted like we had been awake the whole time. Everything was fine, and then we just had to rush off and tell the next people, not the next people, but next people that were on Firewatch. Woke up those agents and told them, hey, yeah, don't worry about it. And the next morning, when, the people we skipped and let sleep through the whole night were like, why didn't you get us a Firewatch? We just were like, oh, don't worry about it, it's fine. It's fine. Like, we just pulled an extra shift for you. Like, don't tell anyone. It's fine. We're not expecting any second favors or anything. Just don't tell anyone. So, yeah. But don't fall asleep on Firewatch.
Yeah, please don't do that.
But it's fine. No harm, no foul. I mean, the whole was a field exercise. That's all.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like all the things I do at high speeds when I'm out there, I shouldn't admit to doing half of them. It's hard to pick one because most of the time, I don't know. Most of the time I tell people I didn't do it after, so that's just gonna keep that as.
I was going to correct myself and say that one of my favorite moments was discovering that there was like this whole multi thing where even though Pietro died, there's Peter. But now, you know what?
Wait, you don't like that I'm here?
I love you, but
it's not the same as having your universe brother, but it's something.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying sometimes I've just done my hair and then you.
That's the worst part about me still being around.
It's a really.
I mean, valid. You just gotta go for the windswept look, you know?
All right. Well, we're at about time. Do we want to make that have been our last question, or we want to answer a final question?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the chat's kind of dry for questions right now, so. Give the chat a second to catch up, I guess.
While chat's catching up, and obviously before we leave, as the designated babysitter on this stream and just in the tower generally, I do want to take a moment to say, make sure you're hydrated, make sure you're sleeping, have some food, don't eat a whole bag of Sour Patch Kids because that's not a meal. Find yourself something a little bit more substantial, please. We are still currently living in a pandemic, and just because they're superheroes doesn't mean they're not taking precautions. You guys can wash your hands, stay distanced, just keep safe in general, and yeah, be careful.
Wear a mask. It's helpful.
Or
Not.
shield agent, I'd like to recruit you.
And wear a mask. It's not only helpful for preventing disease and death and that kind of thing, but also a handy dandy disguise. If you want to take it up a notch, beanie, sunglasses, and a mask, and nobody knows who you are. So. But the main important part is the mask, so.
Yes.
Alrighty. I'm not really seeing any. There is one to all question, but it's the what food we eat for the rest of our lives, which we already answered earlier in the panel. So, um, I guess we'll wrap it up here. Actually, let's see. 1 second. I just realized I got assigned the job of putting together that final screen card for this stream, and I did not do that. So give me half a second.
Give you one job now.
Hey, I don't usually do the paperwork side of share stuff.
Okay, I guess while Nat is doing that, I do have a question for my brother, but not my brother, Peter. If you go into the ocean and run very fast, could you make a Sharknado?
Oh gosh.
Peter Parker, take whatever idea you have just formed and remove it from your head.
Peter.
Oh, but it's so
We're done.
cool. It's so
Do
cool.
you share?
I will lock your room.
No, okay, I don't have like a final idea yet, but just the initial. I'm literally just picturing how cool it would be if you could just do the torn and then sharks and it. Oh, I have to. Okay.
I think we need to stop before this conversation continues.
Well,
I
lucky
feel like
for
I
us.
know where I'm going after this.
You and I, we have to have a talk. I think.
I
No.
am very concerned about what we've opened here, this can of worms.
Talk Peter to Peter. You know.
Wait,
I will be
pick me up on the
supervising,
way. It is my idea.
Oh, that's true. Okay, yeah, for sure.
and I'll be there to supervise.
I'm gonna opt out of this mission.
Okay.
I'm already opting out.
This is
Me and Bucky
babysitting.
are gonna be. Well, I am no longer insured, so I'm good. I'm off babysitting duty. Okay, well, with that, I have completed my assignment. So.
All right.
Yes.
Thanks for hanging out with us. I guess.
Yeah. Thanks everybody that stuck around and watched and hung out with us. So.
Thanks for watching me trying to control all of the wonderful minds that we have here at S.H.I.E.L.D.
And then we had Wanda come in
Bye.
with the real, chaos at the end there. So it's fine.
So well.
Wanda coming in clutch at the end.
Alrighty.
And
Well,
I
That's
will
so
lock down
hard.
Top Tower.
oh man. All right. Well, with that, farewell, everybody.
Bye.
Hey guys, it's Hayes the Writer. I just wanted to check in with you guys to say hi and thank you all so much for watching this live stream where we hung out. We are so excited about doing these live streams on here, and we will be going live again tomorrow as well as Saturday and Sunday. Go ahead and check in on those panels. I believe tomorrow is going to be a Disney panel. We got another Universe panel on Saturday, and then our first Avatar panel on Sunday. So check in on those, and we can't wait to see you then. Thank you all so much, and have a wonderful day.